Hello and welcome. My name is Sarah with Love Holistic Living, and I'm an intuitive health and life coach who helps women to get to the root cause of their weight gain so that we stop treating the symptoms and we break free emotionally through a mind, body, soul transformation. I am so excited to meet you, and as I promised, today we are going to cover the 6 tips that you need to know in order to lose weight, in order to reach your healthy weight, in order to make peace with food. Okay, before we get started, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel because every week we have new videos and new content for you to watch, but also we have an amazing Facebook community, and I'm going to put the link below so that you can join us right now, because we have lots of freebies and free resources for you to use so you can get the help that you need. But let's get started, okay? Because you're here because you want to reach a healthy weight in a non-obsessive way. And I get it. Sometimes and oftentimes that can feel like a struggle. It might feel like you've tried to lose weight for years, going on a diet, going off a diet, trying a new trend, and then the weight may come off for a certain period of time, but then you gain it back, if not more, and then you end up giving up or kind of realizing that the things that you're chasing, it can feel like a struggle, and it shouldn't feel like that. So I do teach women how to make peace with food and actually lose weight effortlessly, but there are some key principles for you to know, okay, and to implement. And remember, knowledge without implementation is actually dangerous, because you can read all of the books you want, but if you do not implement what I'm about to tell you, then nothing is going to change, okay? And if you ever want to connect, just schedule a free call and we'll connect. All right, let's get started. Tip number 1. The biggest thing that you have to shift is literally your focus from calories to your digestive system. And what I mean by that is that you have always focused on reducing and counting calories, okay? So when you look at the ingredients and the labels on a package, then you read the calories, and then what that creates is what I call the food anxiety. And that is a complete trap. So what I want you to do is to shift your focus to, if my digestive system works well, if my metabolism is up to speed, then, and if I put nurturing foods into my body, then my body will actually reach a healthy weight, because I am digesting everything that I'm putting into my body. And it's not a math game, it's more nurturing game. What is that actually nurturing you, and how is your body breaking that down? Okay, so that's your first big shift. And when we work together, I actually tell my clients to not ever count calories ever again. Like, there is an unnecessary need for that to happen in order to lose weight. Okay, shift number 2 is the restriction of calories. That actually is so dangerous for your metabolic rate, because it lowers your metabolic rate. That means that it slows your metabolism down. And then no matter how hard you try, you do not burn as fast as you should. So what I like to advise my client with is the knowledge of, and again, is nurturing versus calorie counting, but also not restricting. So if you go below at like 1200 calorie per day or even 1400 calorie per day, well, that's pretty low. And that's actually so stressful for your body that you will end up resisting the weight loss, and your body is going into fight or flight. And when you stop restricting, then your body, in order to like survive this starvation, will actually want to binge. And when you do give in, then it will hold on to the weight even stronger. Okay, so that's what actually happens within your body. All right, tip number 3 is what I call the powerful language, which means focus on what you can have versus what you can't have. So when you want to lose weight, or let's just say when you want to change your lifestyle, okay, it's more of a mind game than it is a food game, because your mind under stressful situation would want to go back to the old ways of doing things. Okay, well, it's absolutely necessary that you train your mindset to look for the abundance around you. So for example, let's just say that you discover that you're intolerant to dairy. Okay, instead of beating yourself up about the hot chocolate that you're going to miss or that wonderful dessert, well, let's just focus on, hey, there are plenty of options out there and I can have all of these options, and that is okay for now. Okay, and that is my path for now, that is my journey right now. So using mindful languages to talk about your food journey is absolutely key in getting the success that you want and need. All right, tip number 4. Come from a place of love. And that is actually the main important one of the tips that you are going to listen to today. Because when you come from a place of love, your body changes. Your body responds to that love in a way of like relaxing. Okay, that's how literally I show it to women. It's more like when you're hating your body into being healthy, you're pushing through and you're actually becoming more and more rigid, and that creates a resistance in your body. But when you allow yourself to love yourself for who you are today, and you focus on your food journey, but it's coming from a place of love, that creates literally a chemical change in your body and in yourself, where you get to fall in love with yourself maybe for the first time ever. And that's what will allow everything, all of the new habits, to stick, because you're enjoying them, you're coming from a place of love, and you're nurturing your soul. So write this down, because this is definitely the most important one. Tip number 5, small wins lead to big changes. Okay, so I know that you want to go from point A to point B, but oftentimes that is not realistic. Like, we can't lose 50 pounds in 4 weeks, without restricting and hating our body into fasting or a very hardcore diet. Well, that's not going to last. I promise you this. I've seen it. I have experienced it. So look for small wins. And that could be, the first week or the first 2 weeks, I didn't give in to sugar whenever I had a stressful situation. That could literally be what you call the small win, but it leads to big changes because over time you're training yourself to not emotionally be codependent on food, okay, to release your emotions. So that's actually very important to always look towards, like, what are you grateful for? And what is the abundance that is surrounding you today? And maybe you get to work with a coach and you're so excited because for the first time you are putting yourself first, and that is like a small win, that it's like, I have accountability, I'm working with a coach, and I know that I'm going to be successful because I'm changing all of these things in my life, and I do need help, and I am making progress. Okay, so don't forget this one. And now we're going to number 6, which is our last tip for today, which is, don't forget about your emotional healing. That oftentimes is forgotten during a weight loss journey, but it's so important to match the physical body with the emotional body and spiritual. But so to not forget about the psychology that goes beyond the weight loss journey, because it's so important to break all of these patterns that we have with food, and we cope with food. We have learned to cope with food for so long that now we need to heal our triggers so that we do not use food to a way of an escape or for boredom, or all of those reasons why we may use food to cope with our emotions. So in part of what I do and in my program, there is a big component in emotional healing, because once we take care of that while we're doing our food protocol and changing our eating habits and adding lifestyle habits, then we do emotional healing, just because I want everybody to be successful and realize that they have the power to change what's happening to them, and to not react, but rather to respond to a situation, okay, and to take care of themselves. So that's it for today, and I hope this was helpful. And these are some of the tips that I share with the women that I work with, and the journey that I see them going on is truly transformational. So don't forget to check out the success stories on my website for more inspirations, and I hope to see you on that page someday. So if you are interested, again, I'm inviting you to click that button below and have a call. Let's chat where you're at, about where you're at and where you want to go, and see what's blocking you, what's keeping you stuck, and how we can get you to reach a healthy weight in a non-obsessive way. All right, that's it, and a big ciao.